It's World Cup time. It's all beginning next Monday on the 21st of November. And I'm here today making a video about my predictions, my tips, my bets, what I think is going to be good for this World Cup. And I just want to share it with you guys. I know I haven't made many videos on this channel, but I do stream a lot, so always check out the stream at twitch.tv/TrippingPenguinTV. Any follows, likes, shares, anything at all, very greatly appreciated, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below about all of my predictions. I know I'm no expert. I'm just a mad football fan who watches a lot of it. So let's get into it. First up, we're going to start with my winner, which is Argentina. I have Argentina going all the way. They're one of the top picks to win the whole thing, this tournament, up there with Brazil. I think Argentina with Messi, you know, he's already regarded as one of the greatest of all time. He is my, when I say GOAT, well, out of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, he's my greatest of all time there. I'm always team Messi, always have been. Now he is in the twilight of his career and is currently taking up a more facilitator role, not scoring as much, but facilitating for his other teammates around him. And I think Argentina have one of the strongest squads in the tournament, and they finally built a decent team around Messi. I will show you my full bracket later in the video, but my other top four, I have France finishing in second, runner-up, Brazil third, and Belgium fourth. Most goals at the tournament. Now, I'm also going to go with an Argentinian, and I'm going to go Lautaro Martinez. I think he's been really good for Inter Milan, and I think in this attacking style, in the attacking way Argentina want to play, he's going to thrive, and I think he's going to bag so many goals this tournament. I think he's going to be one of the really driving forces to their run for the cup to win it all. And that pairs up with my most assists, which is Messi. Now, a lot of this also comes from, with the World Cup, you got to think about teams that are going to go far and teams that are actually just going to maybe smash a few teams. And Argentina do not have the hardest group, and they could very easily get a pretty big win over, you know, Saudi Arabia. So that also goes into my thinking here. And with Messi, with Argentina, it's going to round out my Argentina love. Sorry to everyone out there who might not like Argentina. I'm English, so I'm not Argentinian. Don't worry, I'm not being biased here. But my golden ball for best player of the tournament, if Argentina win, will be Messi. I just think he's too good, and he's going to round out a great career as part of the Argentinian team, as is his last dance with Argentina. We move on to my big surprise of the tournament. So I was having a look at a few teams who I think is going to really sort of like make a run, not necessarily win it all. That comes in my dark horses segment. But the biggest surprise, I think Uruguay are going to do really well this year. As I said, when I show you my bracket, you'll see I have them making the quarterfinals. I think they can make a really good run. With players like Bentancur, Valverde, Nunez, all sort of in form at the moment, especially Nunez and Bentancur, they've been really coming into it as of late in the Premier League. And as we know, the Premier League's not an easy league to play in. So I have good faith in Uruguay. I get a lot of their older players. You know, someone like Luis Suarez is still really good, but they are getting a bit older on this team. But I think they've got such a chaotic, such an explosive style that on their day, they could probably beat a lot of the better teams in this tournament. Now, with the biggest surprise, we've always got to have the biggest flop. And it's hard because you feel like at this point you're beating up on the guy, but I have to go with Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo. Of all the drama around it, is never like to go into a tournament with drama surrounding a team. It's just something no one wants for their team. But also, they didn't do well at the Euros last year, and now they've lost Diogo Jota, who was one of their better players at the Euros last year, to injury. So they've shown no improvement in their squad, in their teamwork over the last year. That makes me want to believe that they'll go anywhere. And I'll say it now, but one of my bold predictions is that they don't even make it out of the group stage. I have them finishing last in their group. That's how little faith I have in Portugal, because I think we've seen over the last year and a half, without getting into it much, Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't attribute to much winning anymore. Yes, he scores tons of goals, but the question's coming about, is he a team? Well, the question's always been, is he a team player? But does he contribute to winning? I don't think so. So that's why I have Portugal as my biggest flop of the tournament. And I think a lot of people are sort of in the same mindset with that. Now we move on to my dark horse. I've already mentioned Uruguay. Now I can't see them sort of winning it all, but I can see them making a deep run, maybe a semi-final, maybe a quarter-final, who knows. But my big dark horse, who I could potentially see winning the whole thing, the Netherlands. I think Holland, the Netherlands, whatever you want to call them, have a really good team. They have not lost under their current manager. And in case you didn't know, guys, the current manager is currently terminally ill. Now, wishing my best wishes to him. No one likes to hear that. And it's possibly going to be his last tournament being in charge. So there's a bit of feel and emotion going behind the tournament as well. So I think they can really make a run here. They haven't lost in so long. They got an easier group. They have Senegal, which is a sort of hard team, but without Mane, who knows? So I'm picking Netherlands as a team to watch, a team to be a dark horse and possibly make a run and upset an Argentina or a Brazil along the way once we're out of the group stage. Now, let's have a look at my bracket. Now, we're moving on, and here is my bracket. I'll run you through my bracket. As you can see, I've already finished the group stage. Didn't want to spend a lot of time running through my predictions, but I'll go through instead of clicking. I have the Netherlands and Senegal winning. I think even though Mane is out, Senegal are just better than Qatar and Ecuador. Qatar are a team to watch. There seems to be a little, rumours, rumblings that they're actually going to be a decent team at this tournament. So who knows there. Now in Group B, as you can see, England, I have England finishing first, Wales second, and that's a bit of an upset. A lot of people seem to be really sure about England and USA going through. But I actually think Wales have a good chance of beating USA, but that will come down to, it comes down to single games here in the World Cup. Group C is another close one. I think Argentina are clear favourites, but then Mexico and Poland out of the two there. I'm not too sure who makes it out, but I've got Mexico making it out. Robert Lewandowski, obviously for Poland, you're always a shout because he's such a good player. Now Group D, this will become as a shock to some to the Group D. And Group D, this will come as a shock to a few people. France first, Denmark second, but then Tunisia third. I don't think Australia are going to pick up a win this World Cup. I just don't see it. They weren't meant to be here in the nicest way possible. A lot of people have written them off, and then they did make it. So, writing them off again, you never know. But I think Tunisia are going to beat them in their game, and I just don't see Australia winning anything else. Then we have Group E, Spain coming first, Germany second, and then Japan and Costa Rica. I think Spain and Germany could change over those two around, but I think Spain, pretty good chance here. I think they got a good team. Belgium first in Group F and Croatia second. I see a lot of people getting hyped about Canada. I think it's a bit of a meme, a bit of a joke as well. I'm not going to buy into that, and I'm just going to put Croatia second. They're a solid team despite getting up there in age at times. Group G, once again, we have a favourite here in Brazil. But then I think Serbia as well. This one's one of the easier groups to predict because there's a sort of clear top two. Switzerland might be able to push them, but I don't think they'll push them that much, and I have Brazil and Serbia making it out. Uruguay and Ghana, for me, this is my big call. I don't think Portugal are going to win a game. I have them last here, fourth. Korea, I think they're going to be alright. I think a lot of it will come down to Heung-min Son. So we'll see how that goes. Ghana is second though, and Uruguay first is a bit of a dark horse, and someone I think can make a bit of a run. But let's move on to my knockout stage predictions. First up, we have the Netherlands versus Wales. I think the Netherlands are a clear class above Wales there. Argentina versus Denmark, I agree there. Argentina. But here is an interesting one. Denmark. I was listening to Righty's House. I don't know if anyone's listened to Righty's House. Great podcast on Spotify. Ian Wright, which you should all know. Great player, great personality, and it's a hilarious podcast. I'd recommend it to anyone who's a football fan. They do tackle issues outside of football as well and discuss a lot. But a lot of them were picking Denmark as their dark horse. Now, I personally don't see it. They have players like Damsgaard, Eriksson. There's a good story with Eriksson's return, but they don't have like a dominant striker. But apart from the matter of fact, they did make a good run at the Euros last year, so you never know. But I just think Argentina are the better team here. Spain and Croatia. Now, this is a hard one, but I'm going to go Croatia here. I'm going to go Brazil against Ghana as well. But I think Croatia are a really solid team. Spain can be a bit... they're very up and down. It's like a roller coaster. Spain, they're either achieving really high highs or really low lows, and there's sort of no in between with them, in my opinion. Now, England, Senegal. I'm going to go England here, but I do think it's a really close match. I think Senegal are a good team, and unfortunately, the Mane injury might have stuffed them up this tournament. France over Mexico, that's an easy one, as France are just so much firepower, such a good team. Belgium over Germany in a close game, in my opinion, and Uruguay over Serbia once again in a close game. When we go up to the top, then we have the Netherlands versus Argentina. Put Argentina through there. Very good games here. Brazil through there as well against Croatia. I think that one's a bit of a quicker, easier game. Then we move to the second side of the bracket. Now, breaks my heart, but I'm going to have to put France here. I don't think England have the firepower or the defensive capability to deal with France's attack of Mbappe and Benzema. And I know they have Pogba and Kante out, and Varane's health is always a question these days. But if they're all healthy, France are one of the best teams in the world by far. So I've got to put them through. And then Belgium have to go through as well. I think next, Argentina or Brazil. I mean, a lot of people are calling that the final, the World Cup final. Very, very big game. I've got to put Argentina there. France, Belgium. Putting France there as a winner. And Argentina winning it all, as I stated before. That's my bracket, guys. I'll be sharing this on social media, so make sure you're giving it a follow. And let's move on to some of your bold predictions. Let's get into some of your bold predictions. Now, I asked for predictions and questions on my Instagram. You can follow all my social medias, which are at TrippinPenguinTV. All the links will be down below. I got my TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitter, and more importantly, my Twitch, where I'm live a lot. I haven't been alive a lot recently, but I'm hoping to get back onto my schedule. You'll find me most nights. Australian Western Standard Time, that is not the best for a lot of people, but come hang out, it'd be great. I sometimes do early streams on the weekends and during the week. Now, let's move on to some predictions and calls from you guys. First off, we have Mitch. Australia to beat France. Mitch, come on, mate. Come on, mate. I know you. Bit out there. Oh, wait, what's this? Nah, for real. France are losing a round of 16. A big call, Mitch. Is someone that's ranked really, really highly. A team ranked highly, but they are very combustible. They're very up and down. It's very well documented that France are great individual players, but if they get along in a team is the big question here. And especially that front duo of Mbappe and Benzema. So I could see it happening, but I wouldn't be backing that on too kindly, Mitch. But I don't mind the call. Next one we have here is from Jack. Ghana to make the knockout stage and potentially a quarter final. Now, the first part I agree with. As you just saw in my bracket predictions, I think Ghana get out ahead of South Korea and Portugal. Now, a lot of it comes down to seeding in the World Cup. So you can already look up, E1 versus D2 or whatever it is. You can look up who's going to be playing who. So if Ghana get first, they might have a chance of making the quarterfinals. But if they get second and Brazil come first in their group, which most likely will happen, they'll play each other in the first round. So if they do end up making the quarterfinals, geez, mate, that'll be a great run from Ghana. I do have faith in them, and I'm going to be backing them to make it a knockout stage as well with you, Jack. Next question next statement comes from Reddit. We've got a few from Reddit here. Coming from Tigger, who says, Belgium wins and Argentina are the runners-up. Third and fourth? I'll go with Germany and Spain. Now, I do have two of the same top four as Tigger here. I have Belgium coming fourth, but I have Argentina winning. Germany and Spain, I'd have them making it out of the group stage, but both losing in the round of 16, unfortunately. But who knows? They're both teams with potential to upset whoever they play in the round of 16. And then we have the great Spaniard, who says, if Mane is out, bet on Ecuador or a shock Qatari progression. Now this one, I'm not opposed to at all. Mane is so key for Senegal. The AFCON MVP, second in the Ballon d'Or this year. Senegal obviously winning AFCON, but Mane has had an insane season, insane half the year for Liverpool and half a year for Bayern Munich. And now his leg injury, it's heartbreaking. It's unfortunately, he's going to miss the first few games, but they're hoping to get him back for later into the tournament if they can hold on and make a run. Ecuador, very young, and yes, they have beat good teams like Chile and Colombia, but I would not be betting on Ecuador to get out. But if you're a betting man and really want to put some money on a shock progression, I think Qatar's the one to go. As I mentioned before, there's some recent rumblings and quite a lot of positivity around this Qatar team. So they're going to be on the watch, and who knows. And our final one here comes from Marquee for me. People are so confident in England and USA making it out of groups, but I could definitely see a nightmare scenario where neither team qualifies out of the group. Okay, I'm not going to go that far. I don't see Iran making it out at all unless there's some massive shock. I'm not ruling anything out. It's the World Cup. Who knows what can happen? But I can see one of the two teams failing to qualify. And as you saw, once again, in my predictions, I have Wales making it out ahead of USA. So that's sort of half agree with you here. I can't see both of them falling out because I don't think there's a world where Iran make it through. But I will back the prediction that USA don't make it out of groups. So that's your predictions, guys, your bold predictions. Now, here's a few of mine. We're going to have a look at some sports bet odds that I've found and discuss them a little bit. All right, and here we are now finishing up this video with my personal tips and bets from looking at sportsbet.com. Now remember, guys, to always gamble responsibly and set a deposit limit if you are spending too much money. Now, I want to say, this isn't a sponsorship. This is just me wanting to put some out there, put some help out there for people. So the first one I have, Uruguay for a quarterfinals exit at $5.20 odds. That is pretty good. $5.20 odds. They're more favored to go out in the round of 16, but I think that they're a sneaky good chance. So I'll be putting $5 on that one. Not a lot, but $5 was for a decent return there. The next one I'm looking at, Argentina win, England semi-finals, Denmark and Uruguay quarterfinals. So this one ties into the last one, and that is $101 odds. Now, I get that there's a lot to go right, because if Denmark want to make the quarterfinals, they've got to finish first in their group stage. Otherwise, they'll come up against Argentina in the first round. So that one could be over pretty quickly. But I like the odds of that one, so I'm putting $1 on that one because it looks pretty good to me. The next one we're looking at is the highest odds here. That is Harry Kane, Alexander Mitrovic, and Darwin Nunez to all score 3 or more goals. That's playing a whopping 201 odds. So I'll put $1 on that one as well. I see all three of their teams making it past the group stage. So it's all about health and play time here. Now we know Kane can be very up and down, and Nunez is still very young, so we still don't know. So they're three to watch, but I'm very confident in all three of them that they'll all score 3 goals. And my final one, as I stated before, this is my tip to win, and they're paying $6.50 for Argentina to win the whole tournament. That's a bargain. So I would be hopping on that one if you were as confident as me in Argentina winning. $6.50. Now, another thing I want to promote, and it's nothing to do with me, I don't have a sponsorship, but Sportsbet put this thing called Super Fantasy Soccer for the World Cup, available to Australian residents only, free to sign up. You open a pack like every game day. and you put together your team out of the players you got in your pack, and you win up to $10,000. Like, that's insane. Massive prize pool. Lots of money going around. So I'm participating in it. I just think it's really cool. I'll attach a reference code and a league code in the description below if you want to join me. We can play against each other, and you know, if we use a reference code, you get a few packs extra and maybe get some better players. So, but that's going to do it today for this podcast. What am I on about? So that's going to do it today, guys, for the video. Thank you so much for watching. As I said before, any likes, follows, if you enjoy the content, very much appreciated. Follow me on my Twitch, where I think I'm at 99 followers soon. We hit 100, but then we dropped down, unfortunately. Got some stuff coming out there, which I think is really good. Watch me playing games. I'm thinking of buying a new FIFA, playing that on stream a little bit. But come watch me there. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I'll be making some more videos like this throughout the World Cup, guys. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time.